Taq Bostan. Taq-e Bostan is a site with a series of large rock reliefs from the era of Sassanid Empire of Persia, the Iranian dynasty which ruled Western Asia from 226 to 650 AD. This example of Sassanid art is located 5 kilometers from the city center of Kermanshah in western Iran. It is located in the heart of the Zagros mountains, where it has endured almost 1,700 years of wind and rain. Originally, several sources were visible next to and below the reliefs and arches, some of which are now covered. Sources next to the reliefs still feed a large basin in front of the rock. The site has been turned into an archaeological park, and a series of late Sasanian and Islamic column capitals have been brought together. The carvings, some of the finest and best preserved examples of Persian sculpture under the Sassanids, include representations of the investitures of AD.This and Shapur III. Like other Sassanid symbols, Taq-e Bostan and its relief patterns accentuate power, religious tendencies, glory, honor, the vastness of the court, game and fighting spirit, festivity, joy, and rejoicing. Sassanid kings chose a beautiful setting for the rock reliefs along an historic Silk Road caravan route, waypoint and campground. The reliefs are adjacent to sacred springs that empty into a large reflecting pool at the base of a mountain cliff. Taq-e Bostan and its rock relief are one of the 30 surviving Sassanid relics of the Zagros Mountains. According to Arthur Pope, the founder of Iranian Art and Archaeology Institute in the USA, art was characteristic of the Iranian people and the gift which they endowed the world with. Description of the rock reliefs. The Taq-e Bostan complex comprises a rock relief standing on its own and several more reliefs associated with 2 rock-cut arches. They illustrate the investiture ceremonies of AD.This II, Shapur II, Shapur III, and Khosrau II. They also depict the hunting scenes of Khosrau II. The investiture of AD.This II, the first Taq-e Bostan relief, and apparently the oldest, is a rock relief of the crowning ceremony of AD.This II by his predecessor Shapur II or Ahura Mazda. Research has long debated the identities of the figures in this relief, but is now ascertained that AD.This II receives the bariband ring, symbol of royal investiture, from his predecessor Shapur II or Ahura Mazda. There may be a deliberate mixture of the iconography of both identities. The 2 main figures are standing on the fallen Roman Emperor Julianus Apostata. AD.This played an important role in his defeat during the reign of Shapur II. Exceptional within Sassanian art is the fact that this is a portrait, based on the image of Julianus Apostata as it appears on Roman coins. AD.This II was installed as interim ruler, awaiting the coming of age of the royal heir Shapur III. The 4th figure is the god Mithra, who holds a balsam in his hands and stands on a lotus flower. He is the protector of oaths and is witness to this pact. Local beliefs and Persian folk tale interpreted the scene as the victory of the first Sassanian kings on Artabanus IV, the last king of the Parthian dynasty. The Mithra figure became the visual inspiration for representations of the prophet Zoroaster. Relief panel measured on 15.08.07 as approx. 4.07 meters wide and 3.9 meters high. Shapur II and Shapur III. The smaller arch or E1 has on the upper part of the back wall 2 Pahlavi inscriptions identifying 2 royal figures as Shapur II and his son, Shapur III. They are shown facing each other. The ark's vestibule measures 6 by 5 by 3.6 meters. It has been suggested as having been built during the reign of Shapur III, and some put the date of its completion at 385 AD. However, the royal crown of Shapur III does not agree with those on his coins and is closer to that of his predecessor Ardashir II. It has been argued that the texts represent an usurpation of Ardashir's relief by Shapur III. The translation of the inscriptions follows. Shapur II inscription. This is the figure of Mazda worshipping Lord Shapur, the King of Kings of Iran and Iran, whose race is from the gods. Son of Mazda worshipping Lord Hormizd, the King of Kings of Iran and Iran, whose race is from the gods. Grandson of Lord Nersi, the Shahanshah. Shapur III inscription. This is the figure of Mazda worshipping Lord Shapur, the King of Kings of Iran and Iran, whose race is from the gods. Son of Mazda worshipping Lord Shapur, the King of Kings of Iran and Iran, whose race is from the gods. Grandson of Lord Hormizd, the King of Kings. The figures of the two kings have been carved in low relief, looking at each other. Each figure is California, 2.97 meters. Shapur II is on the right and Shapur III is on the left. The hands are placed on a long straight sword which point downwards. The right hand is holding the grip and the left rests on the sheath. Both figures wear loose trousers, necklaces, curled hair, and a pointed beard ending in a ring. E1 of Khusrau II. The three figures on the back wall of the large E1 are usually considered to represent Khosrau Parviz, flanked by Ahura Mazda and Anahita. They are placed above a mounted Persian knight, thought to be Khusrau himself, riding his favorite horse, Shabdas. There is, however, no unanimity about the exact identification of this late Sasanian king. The two attending figures are sometimes considered to be a priest and a priestess, rather than the gods Ahura Mazda and Anahita themselves. One of the most impressive reliefs inside the largest grotto or Ivan is the gigantic equestrian figure of the Sassanid king Khosrau II, mounted on his favorite charger, Shabdas. Both horse and rider are arrayed in full battle armor. The front of the rock-cut arch bears delicately carved patterns showing the tree of life or the sacred tree. Above the arch and located on two opposite sides are figures of two winged women with diadems. Equestrian relief panel measured on 16.08.07 approx. 7.45 meters across by 4.25 meters high, scene of boar and deer hunting. On the right and left wall of the arch there is a picture of the kings hunting measuring 3.8 by 5.7 meters. For the time of Cyrus the Great to the end of Sassanid period, hunting was one of the most favorite activities of Iranian kings. Therefore scenes of hunting are frequently found next to those of crownings. There are two hunting scenes on each side of the Ivan. One scene depicts the imperial boar hunt, and in a similar spirit, the other scene shows the king stalking deer. 5 elephants flush out the fleeing boars from a marshy lake for the king, who stands poised with bow and arrow in hand while being serenaded by female musicians. In the next scene, another boat carries female harpists and shows that the king has killed 2 large boars. The next boat shows the king standing with a semicircular halo around his head and a loose bow in his hand, meaning the hunt is over. Under this picture, elephants are retrieving the game with the trunks and putting them on the backs. Several episodes of the royal hunt are thus shown at the same time. These royal hunting scenes are among the most vivid and highly narrative murals immortalized in stone. Panel depicting boar hunt measured on 16.08.07 as approx. 6.0 meters wide by 4.25 meters high panel depicting deer hunt measured on 16.08.07 as approx. 5.9 meters wide by 4.35 meters high Dalit-Shah relief. Jumping 1,300 years in time, the upper relief shows the 19th century Qajar governor in Kermanshah city, Dalit-Shah carving a relief in a big arch. Taq-e Bostan photos.